Worldwide parent coach and conscious educator Sue DeCaro is on a mission to revitalize the joy in parenting. Welcome to Conscious Parents, Thriving Kids, a podcast designed to help parents all over the world create deeper connections with themselves and their children while overcoming life's daily parenting challenges. Listen in if you want to bring more laughter, love, and enjoyment to your home life.
Welcome to Conscious Parents, Thriving Kids, a place for all things parenting. I am your host, Sue DeCaro. Today's episode is about releasing the shackles that bind us. When I was young, I can remember never wanting to stand up in front of people. I did not want to be the center of attention. However, I did want attention, and I did want validation. I wanted to be seen, heard, and appreciated, but not because I was standing up in front of a crowd performing or giving a speech or anything like that, but merely because I was a human being. We all want to be seen, heard, and valued. Every single child, and of course us as adults too. When I was a teen, or maybe even prior to teenage years, my parents were super big on entertaining. They would throw parties for just about any and all occasions, and they wanted us to stand up and speak in front of their guests. And now that I reflect, I can remember that we were not only expected to speak, but we were expected to give speeches as if we were on show or performing for the outside world, their friends and family. My mom would encourage us to write speeches for their big birthdays or their big anniversaries, sharing our thoughts about our family so that the outside world could truly see what we were like. Interesting. It wasn't just suggested, it was expected. The pressure that I felt to perform on command was overwhelming and uncomfortable. And was this really truly sharing with the outside world who we were and what we felt? It didn't really feel like that. It didn't feel authentic. My memory is very clear when it comes to the family performance. I refused to stand up and I refused to perform. I believed that I was very shy and did not have the ability to stand up in front of my parents, friends, and our family and speak. So I wore this shy patch and believed that that was my true nature. I would write a speech and ask my brothers or sister to read it for me because I was not able to stand up and share it myself. But was I really shy? Or did I not have the courage, the wherewithal, or insight to tap into my potential, to manifest from the inside out, this talent and this ability? Perhaps I just did not like being commanded to perform. Since I became a public speaker years ago, willing to stand up in front of anyone, anywhere, and speak about topics that I am familiar with, my mom reminds me of the childhood days that I was not capable, that I was just way too shy and didn't have the ability. She seems really confused as to how I was able to turn this around. Is it lack or fear turned into abundance, energy, and manifestation? Was it there all along? Well, today, what I am sure of is that this ability was within me all along. The shackles that bind us in our childhood and adulthood can keep us from realizing our potential and our abilities that are hiding out within us. They're all along. I know that this gift was there all along within me. My realization now is that the expectation from external sources, the force of it all, prevented me from really listening to my own inner voice, the voice within me. I wasn't shy at all. It was as if someone was writing the script for me and I was a puppet performing. I was always fairly strong-willed and extremely stubborn, wanting to do things in my own way. Many called me rebellious back in my childhood days. But until I was really able to let go of the binding feeling of expectations and demands and realize my choices and my inner ability, I wasn't able to manifest or even see this potential within me. It was a complete block. Some of the resistance we might have felt from or during our childhood can be a result of demands and expectations, not of inability, personality traits, fears, or lack. Skills, abilities, and talents are hiding within each of us, so we must create space to look inward, to unleash them as we simultaneously close the door to the noise, the doubt, the expectations, and the pressures that are coming from the outside world. For us as parents, we need to release these shackles because these are shackles that bind us. They don't allow us to live in our true nature of who we are and what we're capable of. And don't we want to rise to our capabilities? Don't we want to live in abundance of all that lies within and hear and see those beautiful skills and talents that we do have? The only way to tap into that is to release what you've been taught, told, and believed as a child. The expectations that were placed upon you, the performances that you were expected to give, or anything that made you feel a certain way that really wasn't about your true belief, but the belief that you were told to grab onto. For me, that shyness and all that came with it was the limiting belief. For I am not a shy person at all. And that took time for me to let go of, to first see and then to let go of, that this is not mine. This is a limiting belief that I was taught to hold on to. So as you release the shackles that bind you from your own conditioning in childhood, I would also take it a step further and look at any type of pressure or label that you might be putting on the children that you are raising that might bind them. How are you looking at the children in your care, the children that you're bringing up in this world, the ones that you're guiding to grow up as adults and to shine their beautiful light? Offer them the space to really tap into their true nature, to believe in themselves, to connect with their abundance, their skills, their talents, and be all that they can be as children so that they don't have to release the shackles when they become young adults or adults in this world. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, every moment is a new moment for conscious connections.
Thanks for listening to Conscious Parents, Thriving Kids. If you like what you heard, the best compliment you can give us is to share this podcast with a friend. And be sure to give us some stars and a favorable review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in.